What's up guys, back with another Python video. Today we're going to be taking a look at files and bytes in Python 3. If you don't have it already, go ahead, download it, install it from python.org, and let's jump into it. So let me open a command prompt here. I already have Python installed. So what I'm going to do is browse into a directory where I have some files ready for us to open and play with. So let's go into a different partition. And this is the directory, and there we go. So you can see I have some files here. Now let's jump into Python. So when I run Python here, I already have it added to my path. If you don't, leave a comment and I'll guide you in the comments how to do that. So there we go, Python 3.10.2. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and open this one.txt file. So we can do file equals open, and then open parentheses. We put the name of the file we want to open, and we'll be opening this for read only. So we just do R over here, close parentheses, and there we go. We have that file open and attached to the file variable. Now let's say we want to go ahead and read a line from that file. So we could do line equals file dot read line, open close parentheses like that. Now we've read the line, so if we want to go ahead and print it, we could do print line, and there we go. That's going to go ahead and print out the line that we just read. Now let's say we want to keep reading lines from that file, so we can just do the same thing, and the file keeps track of where we stopped, and it's going to read the next line for us. So like that, and if we print that line again, you can see it reads the next line. Now let's say we want to go back to the beginning of the file. We could just do file.seek 0, and that's going to go back to the beginning of the file. So now if we want to read, for example, the first 6 characters of that file, line equals file.read, and just using the read method we could do 6, and that's just going to read the first 6 characters, and we can print them out like that. So you can see it says only hello. Anyway, let's go back to the beginning of the file again. Now what if we want to read the whole file? How can we come up with a quick loop to do that? So what we could do is we could do while line, and then we press tab here. We do line equals file.readLine, and we could do a print line like that. And then if we do enter again, it should go ahead and read the entire file for us. And there we go. That's the whole file right there. So this is a quick and easy introduction into reading files. Now let's jump into writing files. Okay, so before we start writing files, let's go ahead and close the previous file we had opened. So you could do that with the file.close function, and that closes up the one.txt file. Now what we can do is let's do file open, and we'll do 2.txt. This time we're gonna use a W for write. So we do it like that, and that's gonna tell Python to write the file if it doesn't exist. And please note, this is all relative to the directory that you're in. So in my case, it's the iPartition directory that I went in previously. Now let's start writing. So let's say we want to do file.write, and we can do just any text. You can see that it tells us the amount of characters that was written, and if I go ahead now and do a file.close, we've written that file. Now we can go ahead and open it in read mode, and we can read the line just to verify that we actually wrote that file properly. Now let's print it. There we go. So we just wrote the file and read to verify that it worked properly. Alright, last thing we're gonna do is read a few bytes from a binary file. So let's go ahead and do file.close. Now we're going to open file, open hwmonitor.exe, and this time we're gonna do RB for binary, and that's gonna open the binary file. So let's do byte equals file.read, and we can do 256 bytes, and let's go ahead and print that. So this is what it looks like once we read binary, right? We have mostly hexadecimal here, and there's a few characters that we can make out here. This program must be run under Win32, but for the most part this is what it's going to look like. So let's go ahead and do a loop to read the whole thing and see how it comes off. Let's seek back to the beginning, and we'll run the same loop we did earlier. So while byte tab byte equals file.read, and we can keep reading in chunks of 256 bytes, and we can also go ahead and print that, and let's see, and there we go. That's the whole file, and each byte has been read in chunks of 256 bytes. Now this is just meant to be an introduction into files and bytes in Python 3, so that you can start playing around, opening some files, writing some files, reading some bytes. Of course, I have some more advanced stuff coming. Whenever you're ready to go, check out part 2. Till then, I'll see you next time.